probably will be pretty rusty compared to Limbo, and why he should probably not be as hated as he usually is. Because be using Limbo for excavations and using Limbo for, and I'll just have a lot of hate comments on him, and it gets kind of, I don't know, it gets to me, I don't know. And I'll be going ahead, doing a mission. I got all unranked gear except for Limbo, obviously. He's a rank 30. Got the comm, the Nami solo, and what was the other thing I had? The Gamma Core. I unfortunately have not ranked those things yet, because I never got to that, and I never had the right Argon crystals, but, you know, I did then, and so I decided to use them. I think I'll be going for survival. My equipment is pretty low right now, so I am a master rank 15. Talking about Limbo. Oh no. But are not. Ooh. Got one. Come on. I hope my internet is not too bad. I've been getting some really good internet service lately. We switched the internet so that way we can get better, because we went with Clearwire, but then that kind of went down. So we decided to switch to something else. Can't remember the name of it, but anyway.
Fallen enemies will drop crucial life support. Be on the lookout.
I really like the Nami solo. I know I'm supposed to be talking about Limbo, but freaking mistakes are fun. I swear. Ah, crap, my internet's starting to bug out on me. Yeah, it's taking that much time just to have this. Anyway, let's start talking about Limbo. So, the reason, if you guys are unfamiliar with Limbo, like, you know, who's this guy, you know, getting profile stuff, trying to figure out who he is. And I have seen a lot of videos with Limbo, and like how to use and stuff like that, but they weren't really good videos. They didn't show a good enough description about him, is what I should say. Like, they showed someone how to use him, but just not enough. Oh, probably wondering, why in the blue blazes does he not have a vitality and redirection? I also don't have steel fiber. It's mostly because when you use Limbo and you get his abilities down and everything, you don't actually need that stuff. I have figured out how to use him without having to get any, you know, a lot of vitality or a lot of redirection. It's nice and all, but you know, if you want his powers to go at a full length, you know, to be the best, you don't want to do that. Right now, my damage is 720 for my Cataclysm and my Banish. I'm using a Power Drift and Strength for the power. I can't remember the life of me what it was called. But the reason why people hate him is because, one, he can't collect any resources while he's in the Cataclysm or in Riftwalk, or if you banish a teammate. That's one feature. The other feature is if you go into Riftwalk, you cannot kill anything, but if you banish an enemy, you will be able to kill. Another thing, in Cataclysm, you cannot kill any enemies outside, but you can kill enemies inside. People are also having troubles with his third power, which is a damage multiplier, which kind of just multiplies the damage done to enemies that are in the rift. Now, the thing about Limbo is that I don't actually care about that. I believe that those things are a good enough, what would you call it? A good enough balance. Because, I mean, think about it. His Rift Walk only costs 15 energy when you first get it. Right now mine costs, I think, 11. And you're invincible. Unless, of course, you banish your enemy. But you're still invincible with all the other enemies. So, again, that's a really, really good thing to do. Another thing about Cataclysm, it costs 100 energy. And you're dealing 720 damage to enemies. You do Rift Surge, you're multiplying the damage you're dealing to them, period. If you have a strong enough weapon, that's awesome. Life support has arrived. Now with all those, and that it can be bigger, not only than Frost, Blizzard, no, not Blizzard, but Snow Globe, but it's also bigger than Vaban's, what was it called? Well, you know what I'm talking about. The big, huge circle grid thingamabobber that hoists up enemies. But I mean, bigger than that, and it shrinks, and it goes on for 46? No, not 46. 47. 47! And you can't collect resources? That's fine for me. I don't see why people should really be complaining about that. And besides, if the Limbo you're playing with is a good enough player, an excavation, he'd be nice enough to actually get rid of the Cataclysm. Because you can get rid of the Cataclysm at any time, like I just
That
did.
should keep you going for a while.
And just put it right back up. Also, another thing, when you're in the Rift, not only do you get, it's kind of like a bonus energy siphon. You get 2 energy per second. Think of it. Think. But it builds very nicely with energy siphon, and what am I playing with? It's not what it said putting down, but oh well. Energy siphon, steel card. Yeah, I played with 3 energy siphons and it was fine. Look at this. I pretty much almost... I'm gonna gain literally all my energy that I just used in this thing. And then again, I have Streamline on this thing, so it doesn't actually cost 100. Right now, I think it costs like 77 or something like that. But here's how to use Limbo though. He's not like other Warframes, obviously. He's not like the Loki Master Race where you just turn invisible and then every once in a while you put down radio disarm and then you put down decoy and you feel like it and then switch teleport. I barely ever use switch teleport, but when you do, it's at most times. But he mostly focuses on, you do one power throughout the entire match and the other powers you pretty much just do when you really need it. Limbo's different. Just about every one of his powers you use simultaneously. His third power is the only power that actually you pretty much could save for, for a time that the enemy is shooting. Cataclysm you don't use as much. Rift Walk is obviously the one power that you use the most. I mean, Rift Walk, and then banish, and keep on banishing enemies. Like, I'll go on a banishing rampage sometimes. It is fun. As you see, look how much energy I already have. Yeah, you can't collect energy orbs, and you can't collect the life supports, but I just gained pretty much all the energy I just wasted. Or not wasted, but used. So, you know, it shouldn't really matter. It really shouldn't. And you can get angry all you want. But, you know, if you do, you're just a hater. A guy who literally goes on his way just to hate. And that's not healthy. These guys are only 3, so I mean, I'm not having any trouble with them now. Look at Limbo. That's better than both. But when you have Cataclysm, it can be kind of fun. You just go around meleeing enemies pretty much because, I mean, when you're in there, you can use different weapons. It just won't switch things. The Disprezor works pretty well on him too. Obviously, the Optic Core is going to work on him. That's the weapon you train with. And like for other, like the older Warframes, some of the older weapons don't actually work on him. But when Limbo came out, the Optic Core works very nicely too. At least that's what I've seen. I unfortunately don't have the Optic Core because, well, I barely have any active players on my clan, unfortunately. The active player thing kind of just goes down the drain, unfortunately. But that's neither here and there. I think that's pretty much everything with Limbo, though. It's mostly the things that, you know, I would like to get out and say, hey, you know, Limbo is not as bad as you might think he is. And he is a great Warframe. Like, I know that you have to use a lot of his powers, but you just put Streamline and Duration. You pretty much put everything for powers on it, and you're fine. Obviously, you put Quick Thinking on. I mean, you always put Quick Thinking on. Or, I mean, unless it's Inaro. His health is ridiculous. But... Slice an enemy. Using bunny ears. It's sad that I'm like usually the only one that actually wears bunny ears. Damn, that guy's a higher master rank. The other thing about Limbo that really works well and is really fun, you do this. And you turn invisible for 7 seconds. Just keep spamming this. And especially if you go into Cataclysm and you turn invisible for that long, and if you put on Rift Surge, Limbo is just a beast. It is just that funny and awesome. The other thing I like about Limbo is that if you put on Riftwalk, you can text. And if you have as much time as I do, then you can text for pretty long. I did not put any transient or shrine mods on him, because I believe that takes away his full potential. Like, if you take away his efficiency or his strength, that it doesn't live up to the Limbo that you would want him to be. It's the basic mods that make Limbo just completely awesome. And whereas there are a lot of people who are not very good Limbo players, but they also, you know, exclaim they are, it's not because they're bad at Warframe, it's because they're just not that good with that type of playstyle. And I understand that. Playstyle is a major key to Warframe. Any new Warframe players out there, it's the key to the Warframe. A lot of Warframes have similar playstyle, but there are a select few that have a different playstyle. Like, for instance, Limbo. And Necros. Necros has an extremely different playstyle. I have not used Necros, but I do know that I love his powers, but I know that people have had troubles with them. But personally, I don't really care. I'm not one of those that gets carried away by society. I don't just follow society. I do whatever, you know, I do what I feel that I think is cool, or what I think in my experience is cool. It is fun using these weapons. I don't know. If you ever get your hands on the Calm or some type of machete, Nami Solo, because it's fast as heck. Never actually used any other machetes other than the Nami Solo and the regular machete, so fortunately. But the machete stance, like the Sundering Weave, which is where you get it everywhere, is extremely fun. There is no end to how fun the Sundering Weave is. I'll even show you here, it's really fun. And there's Squirrel. So, yeah. If there's anything else I wanted to make clear of. Yeah, I think that's pretty fine. I think that's the end of the clip. Haven't gotten into the bigger guys yet, so unfortunately can't show you Limbo in really cool action here. It's really nice when you have Life Strike and it does a, because then I don't have to worry about Limbo's health all the time. Not like it matters to me anyway, since I just have quick thinking on, because most of the time I just run with 2 health. Alright. God. I swear. Frost and Ember. Just taking away the kills, I swear. I don't think there's an Ember on my team, but I've had to play with a lot of Embers, and man, do they take away your kills, especially the Prime version. Alright. Monkeys. Monkeys. That's my swear word. My swear word is monkeys. Don't ask. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to talk about Limbo with. Other than he had a lot of controversies when he first came out. That was with the Archway. I don't know. Other than the things that I said earlier, right? Because, I mean, I don't know, it's hard to talk more about Limbo because, like, I don't have the bigger enemies around me, so I can't show you, you know, maybe not the true potential of him, but definitely a better potential of how Limbo can work. Because when you really get Limbo going, he really, really is fun. In my eyes, anyway. And unfortunately, there's only a few Limbo players. And I think there could actually be more, But the problem is that there's pretty much, I think 80% of people in this world just follow society. And because of that, you know, they get told that Limbo is bad and he's not a very good player, and or not player, but Warframe and stuff like that. But I feel that he needs more love. He really does. And he does not need a buff. I don't know how many people I have heard that said they needed a buff. He does not need a buff. One of the reasons why Limbo doesn't need a buff is because, one, as I said earlier, you know, pretty much everything I said earlier is why he doesn't need a buff. Yeah, his shield is low. Yes, his health is somewhat low. But that shouldn't stop you from using him. It just means that he has a higher power. I mean, I would like his sprint speed to be a little higher, but that's just me. I like high sprint speed. But, you know, to tell you the truth, while I'm using him, it really doesn't matter. Limbo doesn't actually need a higher sprint speed, surprisingly. Alright, just a minute, I gotta check. Alright. People are texting me up and down the walls here. Alright. Feeling like a 10. I wish they would get higher faster. The feeling that I should have went with a higher number. I usually match the survivals with the level of my equipment. And usually I go in with everything unranked. Like Warframe and the gear, even the companion, but unfortunately I have not been able to get my hands on the last non-prime companion, which is the poison one. I can never remember the name of him, but that's because I've never really paid attention. I'm not a big fan of him. Trying to think here. We got the prime companions to deal with, and a lot of the dog companions. I'm not a big fan of dog companions personally because of how expensive they are. Freaking, they, in my opinion, are really expensive. Like, what? I mean, I know that I have 3 million credits, but you know. I don't know, I'm a huge money saver as well, so, ooh, energy boost, finally coming out. So I just like sticking to my nice little Shade here. Shade is my favorite companion of all. Like, I use Shade for just about every Warframe. You know, because that little bit of invisibility can really help you out. So it's pretty fun. Oh man, I really wish I could show you guys better gameplay. I should have just gotten to a bigger not too bad, but still really. I hate it when I can't think of things to say. Well, once I get things off my back, I don't really know what to say anymore. And I talk pretty fast, so you guys can't understand, then I feel bad for you. Because you must not, I don't even know what I'm saying. Ah! Monkey! First occurred the person. Where's the person? Yeehaw! That's fun. That's weird. Every once in a while, Warframe has these weird glitches. I swear. Like, I'll be in the void, and I don't think there's ever a time in the void that I don't get stuck in a door. I think it's because I rush sometimes. I'm a patient guy, but I really like going fast. So I think that's probably why. But it would be nice to not get stuck in there. Ah, see, this is what I'm talking about. These are higher end guys right here. Still not enough. Oh! So, there's this little secret hideout that I found. And the good everybody knows about the compass. That's not important. So right into those years, and I just missed it. Get monkey. Bananas. Alright. Nope. Yep. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. You are literally invincible up here. And, I mean, unless, of course, you go up here to the edge and shoot enemies, you're not. But you're still pretty damn good. It's a really nice hideout when you text, or if you troll enemies, or, I mean, not enemies, but friends. I don't do that, though, because trolling friends, it's fun, but I only do it to the people that I don't like. I don't just randomly do it to people because I'm not really jackass, so. Fire! Fire at will! You should all die by my hands! Pretty low there, but not low enough. Another thing about Warframe, first power just completely annihilates enemies. There we go. We got the 22s now. This is much better. Okay, a couple of pets. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, it's rigging. Alright. People bugging me up in my butt. Good lord, this thing is already 30 minutes long. I should probably end this video soon. Got those people that are just bored to tears. I'm surprised people will actually, watch the end of this. And if you do, thank you very much. This is my first video, so I'm sorry if I'm not, not as likable as the other YouTubers, but there's a lot of YouTubers, famous YouTubers, that when they first did their stuff, they weren't as liked. But then you got those people that once you see them, you can't unsee it. One of those, once you go purple, you never go back, or stuff like that. What's going on here? Must be really laggy. Holy crap. Come on. Bun. Bounce! Oh yeah, that's right. Can't really bounce in that. Holy crap. How much am I lagging? Or it's glitching. That could also be it.
Life support activated. Just
holy cannoli!
They cannot do this without you.
Monkey butts, get me out of here. Ah! That's right. You won't beat Limbo. Oh man, I'm really lagging. Holy crap. It's taking a second just to banish these guys. Holy crap.
Support incoming.
What's going on here? Well, at least my normal solos doing damage to them.
Another life support capsule is now available.
Well then. Come on. This is also mostly a gameplay video, so should have said that earlier. So that way you won't be like too bored, because you'll see mostly gameplay. I'll be talking, but can't talk like some of the bigger guys, like some of the most famous guys that do Warframe YouTube videos. They really talk a lot. People get entertained by it. Even I get entertained about it. I just like it. You gotta like humor, I guess. Humor and great skills.
Life support on the way.
Oh man, I wish this fire was quicker. I might have to start using my Ganosaur.
Additional life support has arrived.
There we go. Excuse me, sir. Sir, do you have a permit for that? Yo, bro, you can't kill him. I mean, I can. He's banished. Oh, now I'm forgetting that I can't kill him. Ooh, these guys are getting much harder. This isn't like it. Come on. I might actually have to start turning down this place. Yep. Unless that happens. Alright. Well, I think I might want to end the video. Probably is going a little bit longer than it should. Oh yeah. Damn, I need reaches. Okay, I need third. Took a little bit too much of that energy than needed. Alright. I just gotta find the right spot and end this video there. Hey! Do. Stop.